Everyday Heroes is sponsored by Joy Law Firm and Preferred Home Services.
To say our global security environment is complex is a bit of an understatement. China is and has been seen as our biggest threat. Now we have Ukraine and Russia, Israel and Hamas. Throw in the non-traditional threats to our national security, and this all led to a very interesting sit-down interview with an expert who talks about how we should face these challenges in both the short and long term.
That's right. It's like juggling chainsaws, you know. I mean, it's any one of them could escalate, could ignite into World War magnitude.
Michael McClouschick, a senior fellow at the Institute for National Strategic Studies at National Defense University, says we should be more proactive when it comes to national security, not always act in a retaliatory manner.
We would benefit from looking at things from an asymmetrical point of view, where we can make the cost to them, to our adversaries, of their aggression so high that it might deter them from that aggression.
Because, as McClouschick says, we are never not facing threats from our enemies.
But with our adversaries, there are so many attack surfaces now, and they are looking for every opportunity to identify and exploit each one of those attack surfaces. So I think, yes, this is a new normal, and it requires constant and permanent vigilance.
During our conversation, McClouschick told me the national security community likes to deal with 50-yard targets before dealing with long-term threats, and that our biggest problems aren't necessarily from others.
The most dangerous threats to us right now are possibly the collusion of Russia, China, and Iran, building a united front against the United States and its allies and partners. But there's also an internal threat, which is our own I guess you could call it our own complacency, our own unwillingness to recognize the threat as it is, at the scale that it is, the magnitude that it is, and the unwillingness to pay the price to meet those challenges. And it will be a price.
Challenges that are changing. We talked about addressing the non-traditional threats facing our country today, such as climate change, which is causing mass migrations. Just take a look at our southern border.
It's hard to imagine that our principal adversaries, Russia and China, are not trying to infiltrate those refugee tsunami and place agents of influence or even agents of operational agents in the United States or in our European allies.
Then there's artificial intelligence, AI, a technology advancing far more rapidly than the legal or ethical regimes that govern it. McClouschick says we don't fully appreciate the magnitude of threat it poses.
It's the weaponization of the technology and the correct balance between the role of the human being and the role of the artificial intelligence in, for example, the use of weapon systems. Do we need humans in the loop? Do we need them on the loop? Should they be beside the loop? Who actually makes the decision, and what is that decision based on?
Pandemic's another concern for McClouschick, saying COVID humbled us and showed our vulnerability.
What is even more frightening to me is that the next one could be man-made.
So how do we counter these threats and meet these challenges? By not going it alone.
There is no national security threat that can be successfully managed unilaterally. For any threat, whether it is as human as terrorism or human trafficking or as natural as climate change or pandemic, success depends on collaboration with our allies and partners.
And McClouschick, the featured speaker recently at an event by the World Affairs Council of Charleston. The goal of that council to help increase the understanding of the world by our local community. You can email me at bclark@wcbd.com or hit the Everyday Heroes link on our website if you would like to nominate an Everyday Hero.